Hello, all. Welcome back to Sound Bulletins. Hey, another episode of me ranting. And yes, today will be a massive rant. And I do have a rant to get on to ranting about. But before we start, I want to give a special shout out to a guy named Trey over at the Bat Channel. He told me the other day, well, didn't tell me, but he gave me some really good advice about the YouTube algorithm and how to make it better and so on. He gave me some advice. Let's just say that. So I wanted to say thank you, Trey, for your kind words, and I will take your advice going forward, making my videos. And I just want people to understand that whoever watches this, go watch Trey and Corey on the Bat Channel. They're on YouTube. They're a couple great guys. They put out some of the best content out there on YouTube, and trust me, it's worth it. They are totally really good guys, and I appreciate both of them very much. So thank you, Trey. I appreciate your feedback. Now, with that being said, I'm going to tell you something how I feel about this new Lanterns trailer I just saw a couple of days ago, and how bad it is, how horrible it is. I'm gonna be bouncing around back and forth from discussing this trailer to how what I think James Gunn did with it, what Damon Lindelof did with it because he wrote it, how much I can't stand his writing. So I'll try to keep it as coherent as I can, but let me tell you, man, the Lanterns trailer is so bad. I would imagine that it's probably just as bad as Madam Web was, that movie. You got Hal Jordan and John Stewart in a car on Earth. No uniform, no Green Lantern uniform, no rings. They're just in a car going somewhere. Apparently, Hal is training John Stewart. Okay? The conversation going back and forth between these two, the dialogue, is so horrendous. The way they treat each other. This is not meant to be a camaraderie. Is that the right word? Probably not. A connection between two fellow Green Lanterns at all, whatsoever. It's not. Because the way they're treating Hal, they're making him out to be like this curmudgeonly old man that can't do nothing right. And they're making John Stewart the perfect replacement. And you can tell by the dynamic way that they're talking to one another that neither one of them like one another. Don't even respect one another whatsoever, right? So in the trailer we see, and it's so sick and sad, we see Hal takes a Green Lantern ring and puts it on the dashboard of the car and jumps out the car. Now, if you know anything about Green Lantern comics, and I know very, very little, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a hardcore Green Lantern comics fan because I'm not. One of the things that have always been established with Green Lantern, or with the Lanterns in general, is that the ring chooses the wearer. The ring chooses the user, okay? You can't just put on a Green Lantern ring or any ring, part of that, that group of characters, and put it on and start using it. It doesn't work that way. But apparently in James Gunn's world, it does, which makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. Okay? So Hal jumps out the car goes over the cliff with John in it, and the next thing we see John coming walking down the highway saying to Hal, you could have killed me, and blah 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 blah, right? Another thing we see is that Hal takes off flying. Without the Green Lantern costume, without the green aura around him whatsoever, he just takes off, flies into the sky. The Green Lantern costume itself is not a physical outfit. It comes over you when you are ready to get into a battle. We see the physical costume itself in a closet, brown, worn out, look like it's been forgotten about for decades. And it's not even green at this point. It's just there. And that's not how that's supposed to be. This show is going to be a flop. On top of the other flops that James Gunn put out. This is a horrible, horrible idea. There's no money here. There's no fucking backing for a series here. This is trying to be True Detective or some sort of cop drama, and it fails miserably because nobody wants this. The Green Lantern Corps is supposed to be an intergalactic police force throughout the galaxy. You want to see these guys. You don't want this to be grounded. You want to see these guys out in the cosmic, out in the cosmos, out in space, fighting other aliens and protecting different planets. That's the idea. Okay? The Green Lantern ring is not magical, it's cosmic. But yet they treat these two like it's nothing more than a bad, stereotypical, wannabe cop drama. And that's not what they are. The other day, yesterday, in fact, I think it was, Damon, was it yesterday or maybe Thursday? Who knows at this point? Damon Lindelof, whatever his fucking name is, the guy that wrote this Lanterns crap, actually did an interview that got out and said that we all agreed the word green is stupid. This guy just literally insulted every single DC fan. He insulted the DC fan base. He insulted the creators of the Green Lantern Corps. He insulted the creators of any character that's a lantern, whether it's green, orange, red, and so on. He insulted all the writers, all the artists. He insulted DC Comics as a whole because in his mind, the word green is stupid. That makes no goddamn sense. I'm sorry, but this is just how things are. If you feel it's over, okay, I can understand your point of view. Overreaction. How about we just wait before we stream our grievances? Okay, and you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not arguing. And I watched that Watchmen series, and it was garbage. I'm sorry, but that show was pure garbage, and it was hideous. I love the movie. I absolutely love the movie. I love the comic book series. I read the comic book series. I love the movie that Zack Snyder did. I watched the show. That was not Watchmen. That was pure trash in every sense of the word. I will not defend that. Damon Lindelof does not care about the property known as DC Comics. He doesn't care. He does not know what he's doing as a writer. The source material for Green Lantern is right there. And that's fine. And again, well, I'm sorry, but that's actually a minority opinion. That's cool, and that's all it is. That's all it is, an opinion. And you don't have to believe me. You don't have to agree with me whatsoever. And you have my respect on that, and I understand that. But the thing is, what people don't seem to understand when it comes to comic books or novels, the source material is right there. Now, granted, not everything can translate from comic books or novels onto the screen. I get that. There are some things that just does not work. I understand that. But it's an insult, dude. Damon Lindelof literally just insulted comic fans. He insulted DC Comics. You don't get any lower than that. He insulted DC Comics as a whole by saying that the word green is stupid. It makes no sense to me. Why would you do that? If you want a grounded cop drama with two DC characters, there's plenty of them in DC. I can think of two right now. The Question is one, and bring in the Huntress. There you go. Work on that. There you go. Perfect, right? They chose lanterns. Okay. Now let's go back some years ago. I had some issues with what Zack Snyder did with his Justice League films, but the dude gave a Green Lantern shot out of his garage, which was a real Green Lantern. He made us believe that was a Green Lantern. The outfit, the ring, the aura, for what it was, even though it was just some pictures, You believe that was a Green Lantern. I don't believe that these two are lanterns. I believe this is a joke. And I will not defend Damon Lindelof. He does not know what he's doing. When James Gunn took over the DCU, and I looked at it, and I just had a feeling it wasn't going to work. Gunn came out with Peacemaker. It flopped. And then I thought he can't get any lower than that. Then he comes out with Creature Commandos. Prove me wrong, it flopped even worse. He did Superman, the most iconic character in all of comic book history is Superman. I may not be a hardcore DC fan. I may not be even a hardcore Superman fan. But I give the respect where the respect is due to give to. Superman is supposed to be this bright, strong, masculine character. That movie bombed. Bad. I didn't get any worse than it. Season 2 of Peacemaker came out. I was wrong again. It bombed even worse. Now you got Lanterns coming. And Lanterns looks to me like a cheap knockoff of True Detective. And people are going to sit here and defend Lanterns. You got this guy named Ron Mars, who's the writer for DC Comics, defending this. You got Ethan Van Sciver, an independent artist that left DC Comics, defending this. Again, if you want to watch Lanterns, have at it, buddy. Go ahead. But to me, when a writer comes out on camera, on video, and says, we all agree the word green is stupid, he's insulting the fan base. That's a fact. He is literally insulting that fan base. He doesn't care about the Lantern Corps. You don't come back from that. Okay? And people can say what they want about the MCU. And there are some things about 4 and 5 that even I looked at like, People can say what they want about Snyderverse or whatever you want. Okay, that's an opinion as well. But, hey, 24/7 Media, what's up, my man? Nice to see you back, buddy. But I gotta tell you, man, seeing what this Lantern trailer is, if I was a DC fan, as much as I am a Marvel fan, if I was a DC fan, I would be crying because it pissed me off so bad. As just a comic book fan in general, you want to see your characters, if you're lucky enough to see them done right. To have a guy like a writer named Damon Lindelof say that the word green is stupid is an open slap to the face of comic fans. It's an open slap to the face of DC comic fans. I mean, you literally just shitting all over the entire history of DC fans and DC comics altogether by saying that. I don't know about you, man, but if I was a writer for DC comics and I wrote Green Lantern and somebody came out and said that, I would have to tell people, keep that dude away from me. Because that guy didn't know what the hell he's talking about. I have no faith whatsoever in Lanterns. And I guarantee you, I got a feeling they're going to kill Hal Jordan off by the end of the first season. I got a weird feeling they're going to do that. They're going to kill off Hal Jordan, and they're going to make... I'm cool, Fusion. I hope you're doing as well also. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I got this feeling that Jon Stewart is going to take over the Lantern show. Nothing against the actors whatsoever. They're doing it for a payday. I get it. But to me, that show Lanterns is an insult to Green Lantern fans and DC comic fans. It really is. It's a smack to the face. James Gunn should be fired from doing anything with the DC. Same with this Damon Lindelof. He should be fired, thrown out, and blacklisted out of Hollywood. And it is such an insult. I really feel bad for DC fans. I really do. You all deserve better. You all deserve so much better. I have no faith what Gunn is doing. I really don't. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I think Gunn did great work in the MCU with the Guardians of the Galaxy films. But I don't think he's done anything good for DC. Gunn is the type of guy, he is better off writing or directing screwball characters. Like, say, he'd be perfect for Plastic Man or Booster Gold. You cannot have Gunn on Superman. And it's sad. So we're gonna make Hal into a villain, so he's gonna become Parallax by the end of the first season? Dude! No, no, no. This is just wrong. Okay? In every sense of the word, this is fucking wrong. Oh my god. If that happens, man. You know, the best thing DC put out, I'm sorry, the best thing that Warner Brothers put out in the last couple years with DC was The Penguin. That was a good show. And I didn't want to watch The Batman at all. But I watched The Penguin when it came out. That was a great series, man. So you're going to go from The Penguin to Lanterns. And you're wondering why the fan base is pissed off at you. I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. I really don't. I understand every franchise has, ups and downs. I get it. Every franchise is a roller coaster. It goes up, goes down. I don't care what franchise it is. Every franchise has its ups and downs, whether it's music, movies, novels, comics, what have you. They all do. But James Gunn has not had a hit at all in DC. Not one. Not one hit at all. Superman failed. Creature Commandos failed. Peacemaker failed. These are all bombs, dude. And it's right from the get-go, right from the jump. Okay? It wasn't like this thing was established for a couple years and all of a sudden it started going downhill. No, this is from the beginning of everything going downhill. It's just wrong. I'm sorry, it's wrong. So oh God. Now that Paramount is gonna buy Warner Brothers, because that's gonna happen. We already know it's gonna happen. I pray to God that those guys at Paramount look at this and get rid of this clown. Get rid of this guy. And do something with this property. Because David Zaslav didn't care about Warner. He didn't care about DC Comics. David Zaslav, when he had it, he could have fixed it. He didn't. He lied through his teeth. I'm sorry. David Zaslav, the soon-to-be ex-owner of Warner Brothers, is an a-hole. Okay? He just ruined it, along with James Gunn. And hold on a second. When you have a source material as rich as Green Lantern, you can look at those Green Lantern comics, and there's so many of them, and you could come up with something, man. Something. The source material is like right there. It's that easy. Okay, it's not that difficult to do this. But yet, the word green, according to Damon Lindelof, is stupid. I will never understand this at all. So to counterattack the new Lanterns show, the trailer that they put out the other day, the very next day, Kevin Feige put out a longer clip of the new season of Daredevil Born Again coming out pretty soon, as a counterattack to that god-awful Lantern show. And I'm going to tell you, man, the new season of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 looks a lot better than what I just saw with Lanterns. It can't even compare to that. And I don't know, man. Maybe I've gotten to the point in my life where I see something and I don't expect a 10 out of 10 on everything. I know there's some liberties to be taken from different shows and so on, whatever. I get it. But when you see the trailer of Lanterns, And I wish I knew more history. I wish I knew more of the history of Green Lantern. And I've read this. I've read a lot of this stuff over the years. But I've got friends that are Green Lantern fans, and they're pissed off with this. Damon Lindelof, how the hell did he get a job in Hollywood? He wrote Watchmen, that TV series on HBO a couple years ago. Remember that? How bad that was? Yeah, he wrote that. He wrote Lost. Messed that up. And yet this guy keeps getting work. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. If people want to sit back and watch Lanterns, have at it. I won't tell you anything different. I will never tell anybody what to like, what to enjoy, what to appreciate. If you enjoy the Lanterns show when it comes out, have at it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it. Me, on the other hand, I avoid it like the plague. I refuse to watch anything bad. But Sock, you watched Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, I liked it. But Sock, you watched what was it? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah, I liked it. Not everything is for everybody. I understand that. Not everything is going to be for everybody. We're not all going to like the same thing. And it's fine. But I don't go around insulting fans and telling them that the word green is stupid like Damon Lindelof did. Now, did I? So there you go. The way I see things, man, is that I honestly think James Gunn's days are numbered. I really do. Now, if Paramount, for whatever reason, decides to keep this guy on and let him keep doing his thing, which I think is a bad idea, and that's their decision. Don't mean I have to agree with it. I'm more of a Marvel guy. I'm more of an MCU guy, but I respect the characters that came before it, and I respect characters from other comic books like Green Lantern. Unfortunately, Damon Lindelof doesn't respect that. Anyone that comes out and say, "Well, we all agree that the word green is stupid," no, sir, the word green was not stupid. Okay, you just don't have any, knowledge of what you're talking about when it comes to the Green Lantern Corps. They are intergalactic. They're an intergalactic police force. They're not meant to be grounded. Hey, Qatar, how you doing, man? I'm just sitting here ranting about the new Lanterns trailer and how bad it is. Ugh, God, it's absolutely horrible. It makes me want to cry how bad it is. Ugh. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. I never will understand it. But it is what it is, unfortunately. And hopefully, it'll be a one season and done, and people, I hate to say it this way, but no, I'm not gonna say that. That won't. That's not fair. That's not fair to say that. And I don't blame the actors. I blame the writers of the show. I blame James Gunn of this show because they don't understand the Green Lantern Corps. They don't understand DC Comics as a whole. They just don't get it. And anybody that's out there defending it, it's your choice. If you want to defend lanterns and so on and whatever, that's your choice. I'm not going to tell you different. I don't have to agree with you. You're wrong. I don't have to agree with you. But it is what it is, right? Oh, God, help me with this. But how can it? What kills me is how the hell could people support a property? I'm sorry, people could support a writer named Damon Lindelof after he said the word green is stupid. How can they say? How can you support that? Okay. You don't even see the energy when Hal's flying away at all. And the costume was supposed to come out automatically, not be hung in a closet like they did in that god awful trailer. But I still can't get past what Damon Lindelof said in that interview. We all agreed the word green is stupid. He literally insulted DC Comic fans. He also insulted, the creators of Green Lantern. He also insulted anybody that, likes the Green Lantern Corps. I mean, you literally insulted an entire fan base, including DC Comics as a whole. I just don't get it. I don't. I'm sorry. To me, that's just wrong. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, Ethan Van Sciver, yeah, he's defending it, and so is Ron Mars. He's a writer for DC Comics. He's also defending it. Again, if you want to defend it, I won't tell you different. I won't say you're wrong. Well, technically, you are wrong, but that's besides the point. I couldn't defend it. But again, every franchise has its ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster ride. But you're supposed to start off on a high note, hopefully, if you can, like the MCU did, or the MonsterVerse did, or and so on and so on. You're not supposed to start off and crash and burn, like James Gunn's new DCU is doing. Right, and if I think about this too much longer about this Lantern situation, my head is going to explode. And I really feel bad for DC fans. I really do. You all deserve so much better. And I've never sat here and claimed that I'm a hardcore DC Comics fan. I'm not. I'm more of a Marvel guy. But I can respect, DC fans and DC Comics. I can. Perfect example. Thank you, Lieutenant. Perfect example. I agree. I absolutely fucking agree. Thank you. Perfect example. It's a rip off of No Country. You're right. And I've seen that movie. You're absolutely right. Oh my God, you called it. Perfect. Again, I don't get this. What the fuck is this shit, man? I'm glad I'm not James Gunn. And I couldn't look myself in the mirror if I was Damon Lindelof after I said that. Green, we all agree the word green is stupid. That is going to be in my mind every fucking time I see that dude now. We all agree the word green is stupid. That's what Damon Lindelof said in that interview about the new Lantern show. And I'm supposed to defend that? Oh, God. This is too much to deal with sometimes, I swear. The source material of Green Lantern in the Lantern Corps is right there. You have thousands of DC comics to look at and take something from and build upon. Right. Exactly, Guitar. Exactly. I can't defend it. I can't defend it at all. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Gunn would have been perfect writing goofy characters. I could see him on a Plastic Man. I could see him on a Booster Gold. I cannot see this dude writing something like a Superman. Mind you, this is the same guy that put an animated Batman in the middle of a musical on Creature Commandos, and now that's canon. So Batman made his first appearance in DCU canon in an animated cartoon series during the middle of a musical. Let that sink in. And now he's doing this Lantern show. I don't believe it. Oh, God. I can understand why DC fans are having a hard time with this. I can't. I can't. Because you all deserve better. And you're not getting it. And it's not fair to you. People could say what they want about Zach, about MCU as a whole. Yeah, you're right. He'll probably, you know what, you're probably right. He'll probably turn Batman into that the Adam West Batman from the 1966 TV series doing the Batutsi. Yeah, yeah, there you go. In a purple outfit. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. That's how I see it. Oh God, when you don't respect the source material, when you don't respect the creators, when you don't respect the characters themselves, you end up with this. You end up with this all the way because this is not only a smack to your face, this is a smack to the comic lore, to the history of itself, and it makes you want to cry. And now I know I'm just another guy on the internet, on YouTube, bitching and complaining. I get it. My opinion doesn't mean anything. I understand that. Everyone has a right to their opinion about whatever they want to believe in, and it's fine. I won't be watching it. I'm sure other people will be, and I'm sure other people won't be. But I will never tell people what to watch and what not to watch. If you want to watch it, have at it. Enjoy it if you like it. It's not for me. It's not for me. And I know a lot of people that will probably feel the same way. And I don't have to say nothing about it. I don't have to go online and complain about it. It's right there. At the end of the ring is, you're going to pick up the Green Lantern ring and do what you're going to do. That's not how that works. Oh, but again, not for me. But if people like it, more power to you. I'm not gonna watch it. I have no interest in it because I'm not one of those type of guys that likes to hate watch a show. Ryan Reynolds, you know what, Qatar, you're right. You're absolutely right. I've never seen that movie, but I guarantee you, even though that movie came out like what, 13, 14 years ago, I guess it was by this point. I guarantee you, that movie there is going to look like an Academy Award winning film compared to this new Lanterns crap. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You're the Green Lantern that was, didn't they have the lanterns on in Arrowverse? Didn't they show some of them in there? There you go. But again, God, I cannot give people the benefit of a doubt if they're gonna keep taking a property and destroying it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And again, and I stress it out many, many times, every franchise has its ups and downs, no matter what. They all do. Whether it's Marvel, DC, James Bond, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, whatever. Every franchise has its ups and downs all the time. It happens. You're absolutely right again, Qatar. You're perfectly right. Even though every franchise has its ups and downs, most franchises that start off always start off hot and good and they're going up. Right? This fucking franchise, known as the DCU, didn't even start going up. It already plummeted when it first came out. And I'm looking at this like, what gets me is every single time Gunn releases something new in the DCU, it bombs worse than the previous project that came out before it. How's that possible? He finds a way, right? I don't know. I'm just another guy ranting on the internet about stupid shit, and that's fine. And I'm cool with it because we all gotta be able to voice our opinion one way or another. But god damn, man. God. So not everyone's gonna agree with what I have to say. These are just my opinions. You can agree with it, disagree with it. It's perfectly fine. I'm a big boy. I can take it. Whatever. And it's fine. It's how I see things. Again, I'm more of a Marvel guy, but even I can call out some Marvel stuff that I see that I don't like. Yeah, exactly. The brown lantern, and that's what you see that costume that was hanging in the closet, which is not supposed to be there like that. It was like, dude, somebody took a picture of that online the other day, put some green into it, and put it out there. Somebody literally took that costume online the other day on Twitter, put some green in that costume, and put it online on Twitter itself. It made it look better than what is going to be shown in that Lennon show. That's sad. That's sad when you got a regular internet person able to do that over a multi-billion-dollar movie company. Let that sink in for a second. That's sad. That's sad and pathetic, right? Because these people over in the DCU don't care about what they're doing. Damon Lindelof saying, "We agree the word green is stupid." No, dude, your writing is stupid. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I gotta go watch something that's gonna make me happy and laugh. Maybe I'll watch something positive because if I keep talking about this, my head's gonna explode. If you agree with me, let me know. If you got an opinion, share it in the comment section. You don't have to agree with me if you don't want to. You always say I'm wrong. That's fine. Share the video out and let me know what you think. Uh, and I'll be back another time to do another rant about something, I'm sure. This has been Southpaw since I have been your host, Sock. This has been another rant. Ta ta for now.